Hello, this is an evaluation of the following.
I'm Dushi and this is Dan, and we're going to answer some of your questions.
Well, first of all, I think the slow motion editing, I think all our editing actually, it's very slow and it builds up the tension every time with the fades to black. But the key thing was the weather we used when we filmed it. It was still around the time when we had all the snow and it was foggy, and it really created
The mise-en-scène
yes,
just fitted in.
It perfectly, it was good.
I
I think the music is another strong aspect of the film, which you found.
Which fit in with some of the points of the film.
Yeah, and the music sort of sped up as our camera itself, as the camera moving the angles. The camera quality is just, it draws in attention, it's really clear.
We shoot in 720p HD, so
yes, exactly.
that benefited our film. Well, I would personally give us a 15 rating because there's killings and
it would definitely
blood,
be
screaming.
a 15 or
15.
maybe stretching an 18 depending on what the target or what our audience is. But yeah, I would say 15 would probably be alright.
Yeah.
Big improvement would be the continuity error,
Yeah,
where you see sort of the bag on the left hand side and in the next shot the bag's on the right. That's something we've done during film which we just completely didn't take notice of. That would be a thing we'd change again if we did it again.
Yeah, and another thing that we should change is like the weather being more darker,
Or even more dark.
Yeah, a bit more darker, so it gives us a bit more tension rather than it's a bit too bright.
Yeah.
So being darker might have gave it a better thing. And
her continuity of some of the shots. I mean, one bit she's almost skipping and running, and then suddenly the next shot she slows right down.
Yeah.
That's just something which we didn't look at the last shot and do, and then continue with it, which is a bit of a problem. But that'd be alright.
We changed it, and then I think it would have been a better ending. We could have done a better ending.
Yeah. What about the ending you suggested with the phone?
Oh yeah, and then like the person's lying on the floor rather than being put on the car.
Yeah.
Lying on the floor with the phone out when she drops her handbag, and the killer just removes his scarf, puts it on her, and throws it away, and walks away, and you see the phone ringing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would have been a better.
The phone ringing with mum.
Yeah.
The phone in that would have been
I think that would have been a really more tense finish.
Exactly. And it provokes the feeling of almost sadness as well, because that's well, I think in one respect with the camera, I mean, I know with what we've watched, our camera is, I mean, I'm not bragging or anything, but it's far superior than anybody else's quality of the camera.
Yeah.
And I think that draws people in with the quality, the real sharpness of the fog and the lights. Really wants people to want to watch it and see what happens.
But the camera shots of other groups is also really good and really promising as well with what they what they got hold of the cameras which they used. But it's very hard to say what's better and what's not. Another question we've been asked is the technology we used, how we found using the technology for a film, and what have you learned about it?
Well, I think Adobe Premiere Pro, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I don't really think that's as best program that I've ever used, but I mean, it looks very complex, but we got to use it quite quickly, especially one thing I didn't like was the titles. I mean, they hardly had any transitions on the titles, which is pathetic, but yeah, it was
a good program, but we could have done better with another program.
Yes, I think so.
With more features on it.
Yeah.
And how was it using Max? I obviously know that you didn't like it.
No, I hate using Macs. I can't use them. I've always used sort of Windows and but I can't get used to using them. But I mean, I love the screen. I love the screens, but everything else is it's 10 times more difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, print screening, for example.
But myself, I find it easier when I get used to it.
Yeah.
I think the creativity which we used for the preliminary task, which was like, I would say low standards, because we didn't have much ideas of how to shoot from good angles and everything. But we learnt more as we went along, and I think the camera we used between the
the camera comes back, and I mean some of the things we done, I think in the beginning of the preliminary task, when we walking round Ryan to do the 180 degree shot, we see me in the reflection of a notice board. That's pretty amateuristic.
Yeah, that's really.
Which what we focused on when we done the films. We didn't want to get the reflection of me in the in the car. Which would have looked would have looked terrible. But
and then the editing process as well. I think we improved much more because we knew how to use the.
Once a few weeks had gone, we got used to the program. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, again, I know we keep going on about this. We bring back to the camera quality again, and what we've done with the movement of the camera. We sort of used a tripod and attached it, and instead of just hand-holding the camera, we have it on the tripod.
So it's more steady.
It's more steady, and it looks as if it's sort of flowing around, which we think we've actually achieved, and it looks a lot better. So that looks the professional element of it.
And I think it's quite a realistic storyline as well. It gives the media market something to think about if you get on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's targeting the thriller audience. It's got the femme fatale for a start, and it's also got the Hitchcock blonde, which we brought into the film, and that's professional from the thriller market.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's a bit of both, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of both.
Two key things which are used in quite a lot of films is the femme fatale and the Hitchcock blonde, which we use in our films.
And also the concept of the weather, like foggy and gives it
about the location as well.
Yeah, like a remote location, like where no one would walk through kind of thing, and like interrupt if you get what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
And a perfect location to kill someone.
Exactly.
In a thriller film.
It's treed over and it's foggy and it's dark. Really good that was.
And it gives a good effect for the film.
I've just watched the film The Following by Dushi and Dan. I'm 22 years old, and I feel the film was very good. I thought it was well made. I thought the camera shots were well done. The camera was good, high quality. The acting left a little bit to be desired, but you can't help that. You can only work with what you're given, I suppose there was a continuity error, but it was a very, very minor one. Take a sharp eye to see that. And I thought it was quite good. I would go and see it if the acting improved. But I thought it was very creative and well done. The music was appropriate, as well as the camera shots, and the kind of atmosphere was clear to see.
And does it target your age group?
I would say yes, it does, because everybody likes a thriller. Everybody likes a thriller.
Thank you for your cooperation. Bye-bye.
Well, what did you guys like about the film?
I thought it was very dramatic.
Weather was a good influence in the film.
Right.
Okay.
Do you think any of the particular shots was suited?
I especially like the one in the mirror.
Yeah, that's good.
That's nice. It was a nice little effect.
Do you think the slow motion fitted with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you with the fringe back.
Yeah.
Good.
What didn't you like about it?
It was a very generic thriller type movie. Like,
Care to elaborate?
yeah, there was a.
Poor continuity.
What does that mean? Oh wait, no, I do know what that means. I just thought, like, you know, it could have been any other thriller movie that's ever been made. There wasn't anything special about it, but the technicalities of it were great, but the story writing was a bit not as good.
Does it target your age group?
Yeah.
Would you want to go on and watch the rest of the film?
I would love to watch the rest of the film.
Okay.
And did you spot the continuity error?
No, I didn't. What was that?
It was there when the bag was in one arm, and the
Changed
next
to
scene
the
is in
right.
the left.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I'll have to look back at that.
Yep.
Did you spot that?
No.
And could you just say how old you are, please?
I'm 17.
17.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I haven't got a spare one. Yeah, I've only had it. Expensive. That's £4 grand. Euro was £4 grand.
Mark Ryan and I'm 23.
What did you like about the film?
Well, a lot of the camera angles were very good, like the using of the mirrors to show the different angles so you can see behind the driver and things like that. Also, a lot of the slow motion, I like when the car drives away and it kind of fades away into a blur.
Yeah.
And,
What didn't you like about the film?
I thought overall it was really good. I couldn't really spot anything that was that bad in it.
Okay. Did you spot a continuity error within the
No, I
film?
didn't spot continuity error in it.
Excellent. Got another question?
Would you go and watch it?
That's it. Would you carry on watching that film from where it is now?
Yeah, it's from the intro or the trailer. It does seem very good film.
Okay. And does it target your age group?
Yeah, I think murder is a good sort of
No.
thing for our age group. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your cooperation.
Kate Merlis, I'm 37 years old.
What did you think? What camera shots did you like in the film? Did you like any particular camera shots?
I think the most effective camera shot was when you were sat in when you saw through the wing mirror the girl walking along the street. That was very effective because, you know, she walks past the wing mirror, then you look at the wing mirror and you saw the character of the murderer, and he sat with that red mask in the background, and the music changed at the same time. That was incredibly effective.
Is there any errors you think that could be better? Did you notice any errors in the film?
I'm not a media teacher, so technically, I don't know. I think your music score was, the music that you chose was perfect, and it was so effective. I'm not sure that the angle you came in at, you began, you know, where you started with her feet. I don't know if maybe that could have been a different angle. Maybe that would have improved it slightly, but I'm not too sure.
After watching the first 2 minutes of the clip, would you go and watch the rest of the film?
I must say, I am incredibly intrigued. I want to know why he has murdered this girl. Why? Because he's taken her body. So, you know, it wasn't for just that gratification of the murder. There is obviously something deeper because he keeps the body. So, yes, I was definitely intrigued.
So do you think this thriller film will suit your age audience?
Yes.